We're going to space.
Whole hullabaloo about you, man, and this mess you got going.
I would take an axe to a couple people's heads. I mean, I would go barbarian.
To a couple robots?
No,
Because
to
that's
maybe
really...
like a town, like Oblivion style.
Whoa, no, you just...
Sir, we're talking about robots.
Scabies is a that's also a staple of white culture.
Y'all some nasty niggas, bro.
Is that white culture?
I believe
Y'all can
scabies.
keep that
It's
shit.
dirty.
But the black people, they smoke the weed and they get too relaxed.
I'm not getting taken down by no British cops.
Is this true, Don Juice? Is this true? You know the foreign affairs. Is this true?
It's propaganda. Just saying.
Hello, friends, fans, and everybody in between. We are here again. I got a nut bag over here.
You got what bag?
A nut sack.
Oh, a nutsack.
Yeah, there's a hole in the nut sack, though. So sometimes the
Nuts in there.
innards.
Got cashews in there. Almonds.
There's some almonds. There's some cashews. I believe walnuts. Maybe
Goobers?
What's the one that's like a walnut but it's not a walnut? They're like the similar texture and shape. They're slightly
I know
different.
what you're talking about, but I can't
shape,
think of the name.
I have
like,
no idea.
I love those are the soft nuts,
The softest. There are some soft nuts.
and they're good because I got I got bad teeth. But
You have bad teeth.
A lot of people have bad teeth.
Where's the
there's-
data?
There's literally 3.
Yeah, no, just a little floss. No big deal. You're fine.
There's nothing to floss back there.
Oh.
You gotta get one of those. You gotta get real back there. You gotta let the lady
It
just
doesn't work like
put
that.
her whole hand in your mouth.
I haven't
Wait,
been to
really
a dentist
quick,
since
can
I got
I-
this tooth made.
What?
Oh, hey, Zab.
Can I interject? So I don't
Of
know if
course.
this fact is true or not, but do you guys ever see like these random facts on the internet that are supposed to be about
Every
like
day.
animals or stuff? And it's like, like this one, it says, did you know that bees sleep between 5 and 8 hours a day, sometimes in flowers? Also, they like to sleep with other bees and hold each other's feet.
Bees.
And I'm like,
No, that's true. That's true fact.
What, bees holding
So they hold each other's feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that all sounds true.
How?
That all sounds true.
Maybe that they...
They hold each other's feet. Why
I don't
can't
know.
y'all
I've
believe-
seen
So-
some documentaries on bees, and I don't remember.
They hold each other's
any
feet.
of
It
that.
keeps each other safe
I don't remember
when they're
that.
sleeping.
I don't
So
know.
they do definitely sleep.
I think we can all agree that they sleep.
Can't we agree that they sleep? Have you ever seen a bee sleeping?
And they also apparently, according to the BBC, they learn while they sleep.
Oh, like, how do you even fucking prove that?
That's what I'm. You can't,
How do
you can't
you
put
fucking-
on like one
like-
of those brain scanners on a fucking.
like, how do
bee.
you fucking test
You
that? Like,
know,
you give them a fucking...
They
like,
have little tiny, teeny
Little
bee
brains.
brains.
Yeah, like
Tiny brain scanners.
who's president, motherfucking bee?
No, but real talk, I'd love some bees. I forget. It's like
Bees
an
are cool.
What is it, an apiary or something? Is that what you call a bee?
Something like
Thing.
that. Yeah.
And I would love to do that. Like if I had that like a big section of land, I'd love to have some bees.
Well, I like
Much
bees.
bees.
I don't even like honey that much, but I could switch to it. You know, like
Fuck-
if I have,
fuck
if I have
wasps.
it.
Honey's okay.
Yeah, no, fuck wasps. Fuck wasps.
No,
they don't. Even,
hornets.
they don't even.
On site.
They don't serve any
They
purpose.
don't serve any purpose but fucking shit up and
On
eating
site.
things.
But bees are cool. Like, I've been stung by a wasp before.
I've
never been stung by a
black,
bee.
No, I got
a
stung by a
black
bee one
jacket
time.
or a yellow jacket.
Yellow
and,
jacket?
and a hornet.
Oh,
there
yeah,
were
fuck
two
that.
separate
Two
wasps
se-
in the same bush. I was like 8, and I learned. And I mean, I kind of wish I didn't switch to Jewel for this, but my dad actually taught me this. If you put wet tobacco on a bee sting, oh, it's a little baby cat mouth. If you put wet tobacco on a bee sting,
Who
it'll
the
take the sting away.
I can
The
see.
sting,
Yeah.
really?
Wait, if you
Yeah.
put wet tobacco in the what's mouth?
Yeah, you spit on the tobacco. You like empty out a cigarette in your hand. Spit
Yeah.
on. This is what happened with me when I was 8, and it worked. My dad spit on the cigarette tobacco in his hand and like smudged it on the sting like a salve.
Oh,
And it worked.
oh shit.
You guys want another life hack?
Wow.
If you have hiccups and you eat a spoonful of peanut butter, your hiccups will go away.
I don't know if
I'm
would-
not sure if that's true.
That
I don't
might
know.
kill
No,
you.
I've used it 3 times and it worked
That's
every
probably
time.
'cause
Okay.
you're choking.
Yeah,
You-
like
yeah,
you get
okay.
to drink water with the
Yeah.
nutter.
I mean, I think so. If you want to,
All right.
unless
can't
you're
s-
allergic to peanuts, don't do that.
Nah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
stop
yeah.
giving bad advice.
They need to go off yourself up. But now going back to the bee thing, I remember back in the day, I was in the backyard and it was like this bee. It was on the ground. It was dying. So my dumb ass stepped on it. Stung the fuck out of me, bro. I was like, oh,
With
shit.
your barefoot.
Yeah, it stung the.
Because you're a dummy.
I'm like, oh, it's dead. It's not gonna sting me.
Yeah, no, it
Like,
will
nah.
sting you.
Nah.
Like, I've never been stung to this day.
I've been
In the
stung.
24 years, I have never been stung.
I was only stung that one time.
I've been
that my
stung at
dad
least 4
smudged
times.
the wet tobacco on me.
At least 4 times.
How you keep getting stung? I've
Between
been bit by
wasps,
some weird bugs.
between
but-
wasps and bees, at least 4 times.
Never.
I've only been stung twice by a wasp,
Never.
but no bees.
When I used to work new construction, I'd be like,
I like bees.
straddling a wall with no
Uh-huh.
roof on me or anything. The bees and the wasps mostly would try to come around. I've actually hit one with a hammer before.
Did you get
Nice.
it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I got it. Like I've swung at plenty of them. I'm saying I've hit one with a hammer before.
I hit one the other day with a broom.
Yeah, I mean
Like
a broom's a little
swinging
bit
like
wider,
Barry
but like
Bonds.
it's still they usually
nowhere to go.
They're usually pretty shisty, so like,
Oh, I tore him up. I
yeah.
think he sent the
Fuck
message.
wasps.
The other one saw it. It was like, we
Fuck
should leave him
wasps.
alone.
Protect
Save the
the
bees.
bees. Yeah, exactly.
And save, protect, will
so
be.
let me just do a quick. Let me do a quick run. It's the same panel as last week, isn't it? It's the same.
Pretty much.
Same motherfuckers
Yeah,
here.
that's it.
We got me. We got Big Boss Coutre. We got fucking what do we call him? BH Boss Burger.
Boss Burger.
And we got we got
Whatever.
Space Boy Dandy here. So here we are. Bees sleep. Fuck wasps. As simple as.
We can't confirm that bees
And
sleep.
that's the end of the show.
I think.
That's it.
All right. Bye,
See
everybody.
you next week.
So this past week we've had didn't we have like actually like other than the ones that made the news, didn't we have like 6 mass shootings in the past?
Well,
like,
I feel
7
like
days?
more of them happen than you would think. Like, I feel like- yeah, it's just we only report on certain ones.
Yeah, and I feel like I've seen other, and then there was the mass stabbing, like the guy who in
So I didn't
California
hear
who
that.
stabbed
Yeah, they
like,
didn't get a
4
lot of-
people
I
to
feel
death.
like that also happens a lot more.
They didn't get a
that
lot
then
of
is
more,
reported. Yeah.
That
So
was crazy. The dude literally had the knives in like the kitchen block that he would keep them in.
oh no shit, I
And he
didn't
just
know that
pulled
much
them-
about it.
he
That's
just-
wild.
I saw the video.
Wait,
and
so
he
Oh,
just
there's a
pulled them-
video.
He
So
just pulled them out of the kitchen.
So he just had the block on him?
yeah, in like a bag,
Nah, that's
and he just
wild.
pulled
That's
them
real.
out. And
That's-
just-
Could you
I'm just-
imagine somebody
dude
comes
just
up
has
and
the
opens
whole
up his bag and it's
knife
got a
block.
fucking a knife block?
He
I
just
saw,
pulled him
like-
out the block?
Like it's like but he's not trying to sell them to you, but he still cuts a penny in half to show you that he's about to cut your ass.
That's when you need that high power yeet.
Well, yeah, you need to go at that
You need
point.
that
You need
yeet.
the
You need
yeet
to
cannon.
fucking go.
You need that yeet
So-
cannon.
The big ones, we got the garlic fest. Did that happen last week?
No,
Like,
that was
before?
a couple weeks before.
No, that was literally within the same week, within the same 7-day period as
Look-
these other
look
ones. I
it
think
up.
it was okay, so we at least had the Dayton, Ohio, and the El Paso shootings. In the El Paso shooting, it was a young man, very nerdy, and according to the grainy Bigfoot-esque
Bigfoot-esque.
footage. We're in 2019. They
Why
had
surveillance cameras always look so shitty?
well, not
Yeah,
when they
you-
caught not when
you
they caught
think-
the ice cream liquor. We got scanned into Walmart just today. When we walk in, there's an eye level fucking camera on
shit.
the outside pillar. Like I
Really?
walked twice. There was one
Which Walmart?
the Walmart neighborhood market on Lee Road here.
Uh,
Yeah, there was
What?
one by the
You know-
Red Box,
Uh-huh.
and then there was one over by the door. And I was like, we just got
but
scanned
but
in.
that is interesting how the cameras are just shitty, like
But they're
Motorola
not. So they're able
2002.
they're able to catch the ice cream liquor and get a clear. You could see the taste buds on her tongue, but you're gonna have a picture of Windows Media Player playing back. That's literally what it is. Like I'm not even making fun of it. That's you could see the Windows Media Player blue play button on the bottom of it. They took pictures of Windows Media Player. If you take a picture of an LCD screen, it's going to look fucked.
Yeah, all right, well,
you can export those files.
Who's using Windows Media Player in 2019?
Really, somebody said security.
Security cameras. Yeah, those people don't know how to use computers. They don't know what VLC player is, you know? Like,
I don't know. It's
in this one, I got a couple of problems. I'm not going to go into my conspiracy theories because that's not appropriate. What I am going to talk about is the fact that why this dude wears eye protection and ear protection when his manifesto says that I am going to die today.
Mhm.
His alleged manifesto. His tweets...
when he like gave up right
his
when the cops
tweets
walked
looked
in.
like he was illiterate, but his manifesto was written like by an English major.
Ah.
Oh shit. The Garlic Festival guy wore a clown mask?
Oh,
he
no.
had a clown mask.
I said, bro, do watch the Dark Knight a little bit too many times.
I told you about the guy at the shooting range last week with the...
I'm gonna
with the
make this
clown
garlic disappear.
We live in a society. See,
it's
ban the movies, ban Batman,
ban
caused
Joaquin
this.
Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, listen.
And his sister Fern, who was born at the Lakemont Hospital.
His sister's name is Fern.
Or Leaf or something like that. Yeah, he's got he came. No, I'm like serious. Like one of his siblings is named River. It was River.
Orchid.
River was born at the Winter Park Hospital. So I still don't know the date of the Garlic Festival. I'm looking at all these things, and I'm looking at one. Let me not lie. I'm looking at okay. It was July 28th. So
That was last week.
Yeah, that was like what, a week, 2 weeks ago.
okay. So wait, no.
No, it was last week.
No, last week.
The shooting happened on
last week.
The other shootings happened on like Sunday and Saturday.
The Texas El Paso was Saturday.
So that was the
Ohio
third.
was Saturday night, Sunday morning.
The 4th and the 5th. So yeah, that was within 7 days of each other.
Okay, so you were
apparently
right.
he had a 75 round drum magazine on an AR-15 style assault rifle. The one with the Walmart, he comes in with his
like
eye
an
protection. He had what looked like an AK. They called it an SKS, and then they called it an AK again. And then the Dayton, Ohio shooter had an AR style quote pistol, which is just a short barrel AR.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way to get around ATF. And then we had the mass stabbing, and I think I saw another like a 2-person shooting.
Wait, a mass stabbing?
Yeah,
I
in
didn't
Orange
know about
County,
that.
California, a guy went on a 2-hour spree and killed 4 people with a knife. So like that's a long time to kill.
He was
like,
just running around,
He did some
running up to
robberies.
people,
People.
stabbing people.
He did some robberies,
And
too.
then, I mean, I just talking local, like this stuff we had here, people getting blown away at the 7-Eleven.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear that?
No, I don't
Like-
watch local news. I should.
Within like a
That makes
week,
sense to watch
like,
local news.
2 guys got shot at 7-Eleven. There was
What's
another-
7-Eleven?
Kirkman.
No, I don't think it was
It
Kirkman.
was Kirkman.
Was it?
It's Kirkman.
Was it really?
It was
Well-
literally just a shot in the dark.
I mean, that tends to be a place that things happen at.
I mean, shit.
But yeah,
the fucking
motherfuckers been getting blown
the
away.
drive-in grocery liquor store.
Yeah, that
Jericho's.
one.
Buddy got
The
blasted
drive-in
up.
liquor store got?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jericho's,
on 50.
Yeah, the one that it's like
Behind the-
all
behind the-
drink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the one behind.
You got everything you
Winn-Dixie,
need.
where you in Dixie
Yeah.
Street.
Oh no.
That place is
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
It's so lit. I love.
I remember the first time I went over there, my drunk cousin, alcoholic cousin, was like, "Yo, take me over here." I'm thinking we going to get some food or something. Like, what's this drive-through? And the lady handed me a beer because she recognized him, like she knows what he gets. I'm like, what the fuck did I just go through? Like, what? This is the thing.
Well, you know. So this whole thing, all these shootings have re-sparked the topic of gun control. And a little sidebar: a few months ago, this gay guy and this trans man, there were quotes there. It was a girl with pink and black hair, and they shot up I think a mall or something. And there was no talk about gun control when this happened.
You see, that's
Where
kinda-
was this at?
Well, once again, that's basically what. Well, at least what I'm trying to get at. that shit happens way more than people talk about.
But usually when we talk about it,
it's only when you want to sensationalize the shit.
Exactly.
The ones that fit that are what you're gonna talk about.
And you saw the pictures of the 3 shooters, which were taken at different times. The ones that they were posting, like these are the type of guys that do it.
But even then, they didn't focus on the Ohio one because it wasn't fucking yelling about right wing shit.
He was an actual leftist, but they've talked about how he was the one with the AR pistol because they want to talk about the short barrel.
Yeah,
because the short barrel is easier to conceal.
Yeah,
which if you're an AR. Lower receiver is about, I'd say, probably about 10 inches
pretty
long.
big, but you can
it's about as big as a pistol by itself. No, I mean the lower receiver itself, with nothing attached, with no grip. It's about 10 inches long. Like that's hard to conceal, regardless. So I really don't understand. I still can't really understand the purpose of banning short-barreled rifles. I can get like sawn-off shotguns because you can tuck a shotgun, but it's kind of harder to talk. Well, I mean, you can't turn an AR into an MP5.
The theory to think that you're gonna stop that.
You can't conceal an Uzi very easily. Those are like 13 inches long.
Well, maybe Uzi probably. Let's not find out. But
if you got Magic Mall jeans on, maybe. But
you got some Jabot jeans.
Yeah, you got the bows with the crease.
But no, I just like the thought that we can control. It's impossible.
Now,
it's not going to happen.
I can understand why people would be uncomfortable with somebody having a 100-round drum magazine.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there should be some kind of wiggle room for regular. Maybe.
I mean,
in certain things.
Personally, ideally, I don't believe that should happen, but I also understand the point. Like, why does anybody like 30 rounds? I get that because the police with the Dayton, Ohio shooter, the police took 58 rounds to take him down. So, like, that's why we would need more than 30 rounds. Wait, the police took how many? 58 rounds to take this guy down. The guy, I don't want to name, I mean, it's public record, but the guy that we know who was downtown and he got shot by the Orlando police, he got shot 9 times. Still lived, and he's going through a sentence.
Yeah.
For murder, or it went down to manslaughter, but because the police didn't know how to aim and shot through a door and killed somebody, he got the rap for that. So like, it takes a good amount of shots to kill somebody, believe it or, which is crazy. You wouldn't think that, but like I see a lot of people who've never shot a gun in their life. They're like, oh, why would you need an AR that could blow somebody to pieces?
Well, I'm saying, that's why I don't speak on stuff like that because I've never shot a gun.
But you saw my targets, right?
Yeah.
And you saw the size of the targets relative to my body.
Yeah.
And those holes are literally like a little bit wider than it's kind of like the width of one of those novelty pencils that were like, a little longer.
Yeah. And in a panic situation, you're not going to get that accurate.
I think the thing is that I'm just more afraid of getting shot in like my head. Not really any other part of my body, but like
you could die.
There's some people who get shot in the head,
no, but I'm
and
saying,
it depends
on. You can get shot in the leg and die.
Yeah,
you don't want to get shot.
It's a matter
anywhere.
of luck.
I don't.
So a lot of people talk about this right to live, right? I have a serious issue with the idea of a right to live. Because do the trees we chop down have a right to live? Do the cows that we eat have a lot of people are citing why is the right to own a gun more important than the right to live? Has a right to live?
That's a fallacy.
No creature on this earth, no living being, nothing has the right to exist.
Yeah.
You have the ability
here
to survive and try to exist.
Yeah, like literally, who gave you the right to even like be here?
So I just don't. I mean, like I understand. Like, yeah, no, I'm not pro-death. I'm not for these shootings. I don't think that this should happen. And the logical side of me would love to say, yeah, let's restrict gun ownership. Like, let's keep people who like don't have any sort of experience, like documented experience and like actual training from getting guns. But at the same time, you see what's going on in China right now, where there's mass protests in Hong Kong and they're pepper spraying people. There's a tyrannical government, and that still happens here, even though we're armed. I mean, like, and all those people who think like, oh, well, the government would never do anything like that to its own citizens. Look at the Black Lives Matter protest. National Guard came out. You know, look at any like MK Ultra, Tuskegee, fucking any the atomic bomb tests 50 miles away from cities. You know, like they don't care. It's not about, you know, like,
you know what's interesting?
They would never do that.
I was listening to this guy talk about how like over in China they're like starting this technology, or they already have, but like they have these surveillance cameras pretty much everywhere, but it like also like the facial recognition on it is just like they got you, boy.
They have a social tax as well.
They can zoom in and see like your phone screen from satellites. It's crazy.
Jaywalkers.
That's stupid.
They already see anything.
They literally track
the Chinese internet. You're being tracked by the government very heavily.
Yeah,
and not like our
very
Dragnet,
heavily,
where they could just access everything. Like somebody was 3.8 billion people. There's a team accessing all this shit. It's like literally like Orwellian.
It's like, you know, on one hand though, it is. I mean, it's not. I don't like it, but it is admirable. Like just the control that they were able to have over that many fucking people.
That's an interesting argument. Yes, it is.
I'm not saying I agree with it.
It's a surprising.
But
take.
It's like, wow, that takes a lot of.
I watched an interview of a Westerner. I don't remember where he was from. I think he had some sort of British type accent, but like anybody could have that. But he was in China, and he's like, well, don't you worry about, you know, like your government spying on you. And these people are like buying like Chinese brands of things, like Chinese Gucci, not fake Gucci, but like the Chinese equivalent to Gucci, and they're like, you know, they look like
Gucci.
They look like any like girl buying designer shit here, and they're like, oh, I don't have anything to hide. I don't care if the government looks at everything I do. Why would I? And that is just so sad to me, because whether you have something to hide or not, like,
that's the difference with like people. Well, most Americans, like, we value just privacy.
Well, you have the
individuality,
right to privacy. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, like, with all this information, you know, with the election and stuff, and they got all the information and everything like that.
Everybody has our information.
Yeah, but
you know,
I'm just saying,
point,
like,
it took 10 years to gather everybody's information.
What is it gonna? I mean, with these regulations and stuff. I mean, what? It's not going to solve
already
anything.
On a list. I post memes that are like,
anybody who's ever
sketchy
said
memes.
any questionable thing is probably being watched.
Exactly, and
now.
That's like literally.
But I'm saying how is that working? Like with these guys, I'm sure. Who was the guy who was who was the Nazi dude? Wasn't that the guy from? Or he was a white supremacist.
Which, I mean, they
supposedly
they tried to do that on the
El
Garlic
Paso
guy and El Paso. Yes.
Okay, so if we're going by that and they're watching people, okay, well,
why wasn't he apprehended,
flagged, or they had kind of
the Parkland shooter
surveillance?
They had told that the FBI had got reports about him being suspended. They didn't do anything.
And they didn't do shit.
So I'm just saying. So this thing this magical thought that you think people think regulation or banning is going to stop anything, right. You're delusional.
But what they're doing now is they're implementing the red flag laws, where it's where a judge can say that you are unfit to have a firearm without any actual due process. And as Trump said, and this is a crazy thing, everybody said Obama was coming for your guns. Obama didn't do shit about guns.
Yeah, he didn't.
But he did deport more people than Trump. Everybody's worried about Trump's deportations and thinking he's a pawn of the NRA. Trump has enacted already more gun control than Obama ever did. And as he said, take the guns first, due process later. Due process later.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yes, that is an actual problem. And that's what I don't get. Like, if you most of the people who are pro gun control are very anti-Trump. And I support Trump on a lot of things that he's taken down on for no reason, but I don't actually like the guy.
And that's another thing too I wanted to say.
It's all turned political.
Well, exactly. Like, people are going off saying that, oh well, the El Paso shooter was, he was a Trump guy, and he was. I'm like, if you think that
he was a fucking murderer, it doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, if you think that he was influenced by anything that Trump said, like, or that people are already like that before, you know what I mean? Like, it's like to try to put it on his shoulders, like, is ridiculous.
But my crazy thing, my
like, it was going to happen. It was going to happen either way.
If you think that he's emboldening these people, right? If you think that he's the guy who is making people want to kill people, why would you want him? Why would you want nobody but him to have control of the guns and people under him? You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
even then, the whole argument of Trump's emboldening shit is bullshit anyway. Because when you got shit like AOC and it immediately hops out with her dumb ass talking about white supremacy is the reason this shit. Don't you think she got dumb ass followers behind her who she just emboldened to do some dumb shit?
I saw
exactly.
I
That's
saw
a good.
something
I
that
like
said
that.
somebody said let's
this.
literally set Tucker Carlson on fire.
So yeah, you're literally feeding into the same thing that you're saying Trump did. So it's your bullshit. Your whole everything you stand for is bullshit at that point.
It's bullshit on both sides, and
Yeah,
try to think
bullshit,
that
bullshit.
like, oh well, one side is more right
Yeah.
than the other is no. Like, come together and try to figure out a
Take your black
solution.
pills. Realize
But-
that everything is fucked, and
Yeah.
we gotta come together. As you said, we gotta come
Come
Like,
together.
in
together.
some
People.
sense, you have to.
But to act like to try to vilify one or the other, to try to make them look at like one's
Exactly,
the bad,
anybody,
one
because-
more worse than the other one is just dumb.
I feel like it's not a maturity. It's just being able to be like, we all fuck, but we gonna have to come together.
Exactly,
Figure shit
exactly. We are all fucked.
That's the-
in
that's the only
entire
way-
world right now.
Yeah,
Is
that's the
because
only way to fix it
we
is
got-
to put the bullshit aside
right
and say,
now,
hey,
all first
you
world
did
countries
fucked
are
up
falling
shit.
apart. Like we're falling apart. Like if you deny that, you're blind. You know, like yeah, we're still America, but we're gonna be America until whenever we completely degrade. But we're falling apart as far as social unity goes.
Because you
Like,
keep separating on top of separation. Is man versus woman versus gay versus
we had a
straight
good
versus
20
trans
years where the
versus
mainstream,
black
where
versus...
everybody was good.
yeah.
Everybody keeps
It was like
sectioning
from
off.
1990 to 2010, everybody was cool.
And then everybody just started sectioning off. But nobody questioned why that happens. Why
Yeah, that
all of a
is
sudden
interesting.
everything just so categorized now.
Oh, I
I
know
mean,
some people who do,
some-
but
but
Yeah.
the end on that point, like to try to stop these things, you know, you just got to be safe. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to watch your surroundings. You got to
and it is
keep an
it
open
is
eye,
literally
but-
sad that
and
we
just
do have
prepare
to tell
yourself
people
because
things
there's-
like that.
yeah.
Like that is an actual sad
There's no-
thing. I can't deny that it's something that everybody should like have to worry about. I don't think that in a civilized society, as we've been taught, that we should have to worry about dying. But in any other country, I mean, any non-Western quote Western country, like no powers, you have to worry about getting
But there's
killed
not a
on
country.
regular.
You're right. But there's not a country on the earth where you don't have a chance of somebody in the crowd killing you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
crazy
I
people
mean,
everywhere.
exactly.
Even though as much as people want to deny that, the crazy thing just a band-aid. Once again,
Well-
because you're crazy doesn't mean you were justified in what you did.
Exactly.
It's still terrible action.
Well-
but you can't deny that. It's common. It should tell you nobody in sane minds just go up and just start blasting on people out of nowhere.
well,
So-
that's,
Well, I mean,
that's like within
no,
Europe.
but
Remember
there
when
Now,
they
if you
go-
want, if you
there
want
could be if you want
now,
a
if you want
conspiracy route.
Now, if you want
because
to
like
say,
if
yeah, if you
somebody's
take the
threatened, like
conspiracy route,
okay,
yeah.
we're gonna kill your mother, your grandmother, everybody who's ever loved you.
Yeah, if you don't take that route,
if you
yes.
if you don't do what we want you to right now, you
Yeah.
are and there's something that was pointed out that all these killers are between the age of 18 and 26. Like, or not all of them, but the good majority.
But you do know that between 18 and 26 are the most
impressionable
those are the
time
most
of a
dangerous.
young man's
Those are
life,
the most dangerous years of a man.
of a
That's-
man's ego.
of man. That's when a man is most dangerous from 18 to 26
because he is
doesn't
so
he's not
fragile.
tied to anything.
And he's fragile.
Exactly. And when you don't stand, when you're not
And
tied to
that's a
something,
big thing that's not taught.
You'll do
is that
anything.
men
You'll trip the
are
fuck
fragile,
out.
and
Yeah.
you
Men
can
are
attribute
incredibly-
that to the that is the one masculine
Yeah.
or toxic masculinity thing I can
that's
say
the
is a
thing.
problem is that we are taught that we are
supposed to suck it up.
destructive,
You supposed to hold
and
that
you're
shit-
supposed to hold
yeah.
it in, and you're
Just
you're-
deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just deal with it, and it hurts. Like when I cry, I feel like a pussy.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't, because like you can't cry, you can't not cry sometimes. You
Yeah,
know what
it's
I mean?
emotion,
Like
yeah.
it's emotions. So like when you're hit by something like that, and like when you're dealing with something big, like, and somebody rags on you for that. Like let's say, I mean, this is a complete hypothetical. I'm not saying this is like what I actually believe happened, but let's
No.
say that Dayton, Ohio Walmart shooter, right? Like he got caught with weed or something, and like some guy's like, well, look, you can either go to jail, or you're gonna go to jail, but we're gonna hook you up. Like you go in there, kill a bunch of people with this weapon we give you, and you'll be set for life.
Would you do that?
I mean, if it's depending on if it's the FBI or the CIA. If it's the FBI, no. If it's the CIA, yes, because the CIA will kill everybody you've ever loved and make them never exist. So,
Makes
Right.
sense that way.
But I was gonna say, like, yeah, okay, so they ban the guns, and it's just gonna be a bomb. or somebody driving
Or not-
a car
okay, so in the
down the
in
down the
UK,
sidewalk,
in the
or
UK, you can't buy Thomas the Tank Engine themed cutlery set with forks, butter knives, and spoons that have Thomas the fucking Train on the bottom of them.
You can't?
Without an ID that states you are over the age of 18. Can't buy bleach without... Like, I used to think it was stupid I couldn't buy computer duster in the stores. I could buy it online. I bought a 24-pack online. That makes it seem like I'm huffing. I buy one can in fucking Office Depot and they want to see an ID and tell me I can't buy it because I'm 16. One can?
Wow.
I'm going to huff one fucking can
you
of computer
boys
duster?
huffing.
So it's
but yeah,
stupid
it's-
regulation.
It's bad. And none of it
because
really
they
solves
moved,
anything.
You moved to things,
Yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah, it's just
they-
like, okay, it's a.
Well, they
it's
moved
called
to, they moved
people
to acid
adapt.
attacks in the UK after they banned the knives.
Uh-huh.
They moved to acid attacks. Now you need an ID to buy bleach.
Well, it's just about people adapting. Like you ban
But
guns.
it's about
It's
then
also-
it's just
though. It's
no,
not actually about
no. I mean, the
anything
people
but
who are gonna
control.
do it are gonna do it in whatever way they can
I
get
would
their
do it.
hands on it.
If, okay,
hey,
so you make,
if
you make assault
okay,
rifles
so I can't get a
illegal,
gun.
I'd rather have one if it's illegal.
Yeah, I can't
You
get
know
a
what I
gun.
mean?
I can't get whatever else. Oh well, I got a car. Oh, there's an event downtown. Oh well, I'll just drive my car. Like people
but
are gonna find a way to do it
And
no
there's
matter
a,
what.
And there's a separate
And
thing.
you can't
like
stop
the people who are
crazy.
going to kill.
They're gonna
they might-
kill.
They might not go through all that. You know, there's a lot of people who are pussy. But then there's people who are like, well, fuck that, and they're like trying to protest, so they will go to the black market. But they're not going to kill anybody. You know, they just want to be like, fuck the government, and I want to protect myself. And those are the people who are going to get affected more than the people who are going to drive a fucking car through a crowd. That's the issue here. It's not going to affect the law-abiding, or not the moral citizens, the safe gun owners, whether it's they're law-abiding or not. You know what I mean? And what it's really going to affect is disadvantaged people who have already been affected by the drug war, people who have already been affected by any sort of big law sweep. When you do any sort of law sweep, there's bound to be there's contraband there, more than likely, of some kind. And the heavier the heavier restrictions, the more rules you make that make new things contraband, the more people who are going to go to jail for stupid shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I agree. It's all
for no reason.
fucked
I
up.
think, I just think, like, the idea that creating more rules for really anything instead of, like, addressing the actual problem. Because it's not even, like, guns killing people. It's people killing people, you know? Like, we have a problem with, like, the people.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
material.
Yeah,
it's
so
not-
guns have been around forever,
Yeah.
but you seen like the Columbine.
No, clearly there's something in
people
here.
have been
No,
changing.
And mental
I'm
health is
saying
being
is
taken more
set it off,
seriously.
though.
Clearly, there's something in society that's pushing people to the point that they're blasting.
Okay,
off
as
on
a
people.
sociologist,
Incorrect.
somebody who follows news,
Yes.
could you give your opinion on what you feel? And this is the opinions.
If you look at
The official opinion.
if you look at mass shooters, or you look at mass shooters, you look at gang members, Bloods, Crips, or white supremacists, or whatever. They all have the one thing that ties them together. They all a bunch of impressionable lost boys who don't have anything.
They're lost,
And they're
people.
all being guided around by some old niggas who really don't give a fuck about them. They just see a way of making money.
Lost
Making
boys are
money
in
off
this
of it.
lonely world.
So what ends up happening when you're stuck in a society where you feel like you're being pressured to do something and be something, and you don't feel like you can make it, and you got all the wrong things going around you probably gonna do some fucked up shit because you're not thinking about anything other than right then and there. Because
Yeah.
the same
Can't
way you're
agree
quick
with
to
that.
point out, okay, the white you're quick to point out like the mass shooter in El Paso, oh he's white supremacist and all this shout. I mean, that mind state is no different than a motherfucker just deciding to go on a drive by, try to hit one person, end up hitting 6 people. The same fucking thing, because clearly you didn't give a fuck at that point.
And
like you're at the point that you don't give a fuck. So what do you care who gets
You're
hit?
broken, like that falling.
You're
down
broken.
movie.
Yeah,
But and the Dayton, Ohio shooter.
that
right?
was
Like,
that
there-
was a postal situation.
If you actually look
Yeah.
at what his motives might be, it's not political at all.
No, it's
It has
postal-
nothing to
postal
do with
shit.
guns.
yeah, because
He
he
mad at the-
No, it
he
wasn't
killed
even
his
that.
own.
fired,
He,
didn't
he killed his own sister.
But
Yeah.
what's
Killed
crazy
his
is
sister.
Didn't he
he
get fired?
found
Yeah.
out where his. I think he was in love with his sister.
Yikes!
That's my actual. This is my theory. You know, there's no. I can't prove what this dude thought, but I think he was in love with his sister. She was going somewhere with somebody, and he hunted her fucking down, and was just like, "Fuck everybody." You know, I
be.
can never have my sister.
Yeah, yeah.
And he killed his fucking
Probably.
sister, and I think what, like, he killed 9 people that day.
That
Like, and,
could be.
and this is an issue. I'm not saying this isn't a fucking
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, it is an issue, but it's something else that's causing that. Like, go
Yeah.
back
There's
to
a
the
big
go back to the
societal-
DC shooter.
Notice-
He was gonna kill his wife because she took custody of the kid, but his whole plan to cover it up so people couldn't catch him is, I just can't kill her because if I kill her, they're instantly gonna come look for me. So I'm gonna kill her and then go kill a whole bunch of other random people. So there was no way in hell they would think I killed my wife.
You know, I actually have a separated family member who was a psychologist for them.
Oh shit!
It's the same one who tried to
All right,
snatch me
we
away
need-
when I was 14.
All right, we need more details.
But
on that
look
a
at
later
that. But
date.
like I'm saying, look, there's crazy people.
There's crazy
that's
fucking
crazy.
people. There's a lot of crazy people.
That's
Most
crazy
people
people,
are
Elijah.
not like. There's a good Westworld quote when they that I liked, and I'm gonna paraphrase it. It's something along the lines of the range of what's considered sane is very, very limited. It's a very limited range of emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because most states that the human mind are insane. Like I just last night I was having dreams that I could feel tension. I could feel like ridiculous shit of things that weren't even happening.
Mhm.
You know, like that's essentially hallucination. You know, I've heard noises that don't exist. You know, like a lot, and just from just sitting there. You know, like it's not
Yeah.
even.
Well, I mean, like the human mind is complex, so to try to
it doesn't make sense.
compress it down and be like they shouldn't do, it's crazy,
And
man.
and I'm not saying this is an
It's
issue
all
that can
crazy.
actually be fixed, and that's
No,
why
because it's a mental thing.
But you
like
you
that's
make-
like, I mean, like yeah, when we talk about shit like mental illness, like all the slogans of stop domestic violence, stop drug abuse, and all that shit. Like that's not like
it's an
a cut
it's
and dry
symptoms.
fix.
Those are
Like, this
symptoms
is-
of an underlying problem.
Yeah.
And as you said, there's an underlying problem in society where
Something
us
wrong,
as
isn't
men,
it?
Yeah, something
us as
wrong
men,
with these
we are,
people.
We are felt, but we are felt as underlying threats, and I would assume you guys feel that more than me. You know,
Yeah.
and it's alienating.
Mm.
And if you are more alienated than we have been, then
You gonna lash
might
out.
fucking snap. Exactly. That's
You'll
a better.
Yeah, I
word
mean,
for it. You have a better
there's a
term. You might
finite
lash
amount
out.
of pressure that a man can take
that
before
any person can.
shit.
You know, like
yeah, before shit goes south.
we just happen because we
And-
have in history put a lot of more pressure on ourselves through our egos. You know,
But I agree,
It's like
man. I mean,
if-
it is crazy to be, you see these kids going through some of this shit these days.
male self destruction isn't violence. Female self destruction is going to be sexual related.
and it's sad that both of the
Yeah, they're both
Yeah.
terrible in the same aspect.
It's true though.
But one's gonna cause more damage because one's directly
it's going to cause
It's
more
all the way
outward damage.
outward damage. Yeah.
And I mean, like, it really sucks that we live in a state right now that we have to feel that we need to defend our rights to have guns, but also not understand how to keep these people from getting them. Like, it's incomprehensible, like
The
I-
$1 million question.
because like
man.
my
'Cause how, I
ideally,
mean, like how is that?
in my mind,
how's it gonna
ideally,
work?
everybody should be armed. Like ideally, everybody should be able to protect themselves, but that doesn't practically compute. Like there's a lot. There's bums on OBT who are fucking screaming about
The
like,
CIA and aliens.
I mean, they might not be wrong. They might have got
Yeah.
MK Ultra back 30 years ago.
yeah,
but
I mean, but there's certain people that you
that
don't want.
shouldn't-
Yeah, they
you-
shouldn't
that
have access
you
to
don't,
guns.
That personally, you
Yeah,
feel
like
eh,
absolutely not.
And they don't-
Crazy Calvin in Richmond Heights. Do I
don't know
want
who
him
that
to
is,
have a
but
gun?
No, I don't want him
Absolutely
to have a gun.
not.
I have no idea who
No,
he
this
is.
is a
but
guy
no.
riding around on a bicycle with a cape on at 40 something. He's like dead now, but we was just riding around the bike with no shirt on, with a cape, like a towel wrapped around.
No.
Just like, you want him to have a gun?
No.
Okay.
I was driving in Winter Park one day, and I saw this dude. He was riding a beach cruiser, spinning a revolver around on his finger.
Yikes.
And I was like, that guy's not supposed to have a gun. Like, what is he doing? And
I'm
in
calling
Winter
the
Park,
fucking
what are
cops.
you doing?
Call the cops,
So,
Leave
baby.
immediately.
But like, it's sad that like I have to like I feel that for liberty's sake and for like actual self-defense sake, I do believe most people should arm themselves. I also believe that I wish that everybody had the self-control of some people. Like for a long time, I felt that I should not own a firearm, that I was not stable enough. Over time, I feel that I've dealt with things that have implemented that, and not everybody's like me. Not everybody is self-aware, and
Well, I mean, that
where
just
the issue
takes-
comes
it
from.
takes
You
a
can't
lot of-
gauge that. Like
Yeah,
all these
you
people who
can't
buy the
gauge it.
guns, they buy them legally. I could bet, like, if the gun control's not taking away guns or banning all guns with higher restrictions, I could bet the mass shooters are still going to come through because they
They're
don't have
still
any
gonna-
restrictions.
Yeah, they're still going
Yeah.
to get
They're
guns.
not the ones who are
I mean,
getting- they're not
like
the ones who are
right now,
Baker
you
Acted,
want to
they're not the ones
buy.
going to jail.
I could buy you one right now for like 600. I mean,
I could
completely
buy
fully
you one
built.
right now for
600 bucks.
I could get a really nice
Get
one
it
for
sent to the
700 right down
get
the
it
road
sent to
right
the
now.
gun shop right now. No questions. And like there's just easy. It's so easy to get your hands on. It's ridiculous.
And that's a problem, but a benefit of America.
Yeah,
But we gotta
I mean,
move
you
on.
got to
It's-
take the good and the bad. Yeah, we gotta.
We've been talking about these guns for 38 minutes.
I'm
It's
gunned
like-
out.
Like a true American.
But we only
Right.
got
America.
3 topics left, so I think we could stretch that out for 20 minutes easily. But
It's
overall,
my birthday in 8. Just saying.
Oh yeah, 8 minutes.
No,
Baseball Danny gonna
that's
be
wrong according to this.
She gonna be. She gonna
I don't
be
know
40,
which is
she gonna be
right.
45, y'all. It's over with.
This has internet time.
10
What's the
minutes.
phone
10
say?
minutes.
10 minutes.
10
They're
minutes.
both wrong. They're both.
Do
2
we
minutes
have
off.
an accurate count? What's
The
a real
iPhone's
count?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
But your laptop's 2 minutes short. The
I got
the wall
11.
clock's 2
I got
minutes late.
11:54.
2 minutes late.
Damn.
That's crazy.
What-
That's crazy. Is your lucky number 2?
I do. That is my favorite number.
They're both clocks, other than our phones, are off by 2.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. So,
Hmm.
well, we'll draw
Why you
this
sound
out.
like Kermit the Frog?
So let's talk about Joe Biden. Let's talk about our Democratic top runner, Joe Biden.
Yeah. Let's talk about Uncle Joe.
Let's talk about
Uncle
this
Joe.
bitch ass nigga.
That silly bastard.
Okay, so he's been very.
He's doing
Very
He's act-
very
okay, so-
touchy feely.
No, let's not talk about his touchy feel. I want to actually talk about Joe Biden's racism, and I'm not saying I'm not racist.
his race.
What I'm saying is that this motherfucker has passed law and talked about things in public that are very against his whole defense that
I'm not racist.
I was Obama's vice president. That's his defense. His defense is I have black friends.
I got black friends.
That is-
Like
that's
you,
his
you,
defense.
you
Look
can't
it.
put the finger at
Look
me.
it.
Look, I got a black
Look at
friend.
this
Look.
He's
look.
like, I passed the crime bill, but I'm
74
cool with
years
black
old?
friends. I do the dab thing. I dab.
He dabs.
I do the dab.
Is there a picture of Joe Biden dabbing? 'Cause
Probably somewhere.
Joe Biden's the same dude who, when the swine flu shit was going on, was out there yelling, talking about, oh yeah, if you're in the airplane, you could probably catch swine flu.
Oh,
That's
I mean,
my-
you could technically, but
But
be
as,
harder.
as vice president, though, do you think you should be yelling that on national TV?
He's the same guy who talked about. He pointed out the guy in the crowd who had the bomb. He had the nuke suitcase. He's
Yeah.
like, that guy over there. He's got the nuke suitcase. Like, what are you doing,
What?
Joe Biden? Like, some guy knows that. And the
boy
wrong
wild.
person knows that.
That's
now.
somebody gonna try to take
So,
the football from him.
I genuinely believe that Joe Biden's senile.
That
Because
the man's off.
he does.
bro.
So with the debates,
He's goofy.
I didn't even talk about the debate debacle that he had, where everybody was talking about their like text to get information lines, and he's like, and if you agree with me, you go to Joe 3030 or 3330. People jumped on this. They've made Joe 30330.com and
What the fuck?
because they were supposed to text go to 30330.
Text go to 30330.
But he said go to Joe 30330.
You see this?
And so this time
He fucking up.
He just-
been
Put that on a
he's
shirt.
really- he's
he
really
just needs to
not-
quit.
He's too
needs to
old. Like he needs. You're right.
He needs to
to
quit.
he needs to put his pride aside.
He needs to retire, get his dick sucked, just relax.
And he doesn't need to do that because I don't feel it'd be necessarily consensual. He's always rubbing shoulders.
Okay, never mind.
So this motherfucker, he's talking about different education funding, and what he says is poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids.
He's so fucking goofy.
I mean, say that again for the listeners in
Poor
La La
kids-
Land.
Poor kids are just as bright and talented as white kids.
You mean black kids?
I mean, you. Oh, no, I'm not
No,
gonna do it.
no,
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay,
I want to
please
say
don't.
it. Don't bleep it out.
It's gonna get bleeped out. It's gonna get
Damn,
reversed
I
if you
thought we
say
weren't
it.
bleeping them out.
No, they're getting reversed now. He like.
What? Yeah,
I'm not
go ahead,
even
say what
gonna-
it is. Say it.
Oh
Say it.
no, he's
What does he mean?
He's talking about
What is he
He's
talking
talking about
about?
Reagan.
Certain people.
Joe Biden was like, the niggers are just as smart as white kids. That best was because
Nigger.
that's basically how it comes
said-
across. That's
said-
like-
He said, "Look,
But-
watch me
Now he
these
realizes
racial
it.
gymnastics."
He realizes
and, like, not
his
say
faux pas, but it takes him a good. And there's one guy. I loved hearing the audio clip because there's one guy you can hear one single clap, like one like vigorous clap, but it slows down as he also realized that he
like,
fucked
oh
up.
shit,
He's
what?
like, oh yeah,
Oh,
oh.
oh.
But Joe Biden's like, and Asian kids and black kids. And it's like, dude,
yo, buddy,
you fucked up.
buddy, you done goof.
No, I'm pretty sure.
But
That's
he said wealthy kids first, and then he moved on to Asians and black kids.
Wow.
See, why didn't he say wealthy kids instead of white kids?
Because
that's what he meant to say.
I genuinely believe that it was.
He slipped.
So you're saying it's a Freudian slip?
It could have. I'm not saying. I
Maybe.
can't. I don't know what
Okay,
he was.
fair enough. Okay, but exactly, I don't know what he did either.
Because if he
It
said
seems
wealthy
like a
anyway, why
it
didn't he
seems
say
like a
wealthy
Freudian-
first?
Because
That's what
he's
I'm saying.
senile. And
Wait,
yes,
That means
wait,
one was
sidebar,
on his
hold on,
mind
hold on.
over the other.
exactly.
That's
No, I
what-
agree
How-
with you.
Yeah.
I think
How
you're
old
supposed
is
to
he?
be wealthy.
How old is Joe Biden?
Okay, our levels are
You're
going a little high.
screaming.
He is we both were. He's
It's
76.
okay, pal.
He's 76 years old.
I just said 74.
That's
Never
old.
know.
I'm
Yeah.
74. Yeah, that's it. I'm
It's just
sorry.
adding
He's
2
78.
fucking years.
He's 80 years old.
It's 90.
Oh boy,
Who knows?
He's
Well.
a year younger than Bernie Sanders.
Damn.
burn dog.
He's like 8 months younger than Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders looks more decrepit, but
Yeah, he looks
his
old.
mind's sharper.
Ain't that some shit? Like, man, that's
That
'Cause,
boy be
like,
playing
Joe
chess.
Biden like drifts off into space.
Joe Biden,
He
like,
drifts off
that's
that comment.
just the way his, like, smile is set up.
Creepy Uncle Joe.
I just...
Sleepy Joe, which doesn't make sense as a.
She's probably doing whippets somewhere.
But I think he,
doing poppers.
definitely fucked up there.
I hope I hope he just drops out.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't.
it's-
Yeah, he's
No,
got
I want him
chance.
to keep going for it.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No,
Keep going.
Burn
keep
Dog
fucking
or-
going.
or-
This who y'all want, right? This y'all guy?
It's either
It's Obama's,
This is your champ.
It's Obama's vice president.
it's either
yeah, I
burn.
know.
It's either Burn Dog or Roach Bay.
Roach
Y'all know
Bay.
who Roach Bay is.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I'm telling you, man.
She's
But-
not a bay. She's definitely a roach.
Roach Bay.
Oh,
She's got,
I know who you're
She's got
fucking
the
talking
black
about.
vote locked up.
listen.
Literally.
This y'all folk.
Yeah, literally.
This y'all folk. I can't. Like, I can't.
She's a roach.
All of these people suck.
Or like
all
some-
of them.
some sort
That's
of
the
water
moral of the
bug.
story.
It was really bad that this is the lineup to defeat Trump because it's just because like it'd be cool to watch
some
somebody
Avengers
defeat
shit,
Trump,
bro.
you know, like but it's not good. This is
My aunt is convinced that he's not gonna win again.
that she doesn't understand.
Yeah, he's
US.
literally like
Because like now people aren't even afraid to like with the last one there were a lot of closet Trump voters.
Yeah, there's
There
no
were a
point
lot-
in being in the closet now.
Everybody's like, oh yeah, no,
Yeah, I
he's
voted
done
for
he's
him.
done good
Yeah.
for the economy. You know,
No,
like
but
that's all they have to
he's-
say.
Trump right now is like Michael Jordan in
He got ASAP Rocky home.
in the 90 in like the first three-peat. Like he was just
'Cause it's like,
unbeatable.
here's the thing.
You
There's-
can't beat this man.
There's stuff that you could attack him on, but that's not what you're attacking him
They're
on.
attacking him on.
You're going in on the most dumb. You're
It's not
You're attacking him
real
on dumb shit.
fallacies.
You're attacking him on
Yeah.
dumb shit that's gonna cause people to vote for him because they're like, oh, you're
It's
just
gonna-
talking shit. At
Exactly,
This
it's
point.
going to
Oh,
push
yeah.
them away. You're alienating people that could easily vote for you.
Like my dad voted for Hillary last time, but this time around, because of who the fuck they got over there on the Democratic side, he said I got to vote for Trump because I'm not gonna vote.
And, I mean, if he passes any of this gun legislature, I'm just not going to vote. Like, period.
But,
You know,
but
if he
remember, when
doesn't-
people don't vote,
But
who
if
does
he-
who
You
gets
should
hurt?
definitely
The
vote.
Democrats get hurt.
You should vote. But like,
mean-
well, my aunt, I voted the
Voting
first
doesn't-
time, and I voted for.
When
I
has
voted
voting-
for Jill's time, but my aunt
Oh, you
literally.
did too?
Yeah, but
Stein
she
gang.
every time I see her, she's like, "You just threw away your vote."
It's fucking Florida.
What the
It's
fuck?
Florida, bro. It's going red regardless.
You
I wanted
just
the woman
threw
that
it
had
away.
15% nationally. She got like 0.2.
I'm like, technically, your vote didn't throw away because
That's what I
if you looked
said.
at Orange County went blue.
so. If,
Well, no, my
if
whole
you're
thing is
throwing
it's like
away your vote.
if you
voting,
vote, you're not
you're
throwing
conscious.
it away.
No, if you vote, you're
That's-
conscious. You're not throwing it away.
That's what I'm
This
saying. It's
year,
like
I
I'm
might
not going to vote
against
for
my
someone.
conscience, which is throwing it away on purpose.
Yeah.
It's my choice.
Technically, whatever you decide to do with your vote or not vote, you didn't throw it away because you made a fucking decision.
That's your choice.
That's what you wanted to do.
She gives me shit. to this day, she said it's people like me that cause.
Whoa, you said people like you need to beat her ass,
You
bro.
people.
You need
That
to
caused
beat your
him to
aunt's
get in the
fucking
office.
ass.
But no,
And I was like, no,
beat
it's
her
all the
ass.
people who voted for him.
Yeah.
That's who. That's how that works. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. I can't. Like,
Beat her
my
ass.
vote
Get
doesn't
'em.
change the people who,
Who
voted for him. Like,
yes. It doesn't take away or add to anything but who you voted for.
exactly.
All right, so this is two topics in one, or one topic in two. This
I guess they got
follow this
2
up.
and
Yeah.
3 or 4 and 5.
So
Well,
I just
well,
wanted to
sorry.
say, and I'm gonna get a lot of heat from this from our 4 listeners.
Now this is the political shit.
this is the most political this podcast has been.
Fuck people who do cosplay, right? There's multiple reasons here, right? So
I don't support that.
They
You
don't
are
take
first.
showers.
Because I
That's
understand escapism.
They don't.
I understand trying to get away from the reality of life. But when you literally try to be a different kid, like when I play a role-playing game, I'm not like, oh, I'm Dar Khazar, the cat person in Skyrim. I'm like, let me get this fucking gold. Like it's not.
You can't live your life as Mr. Meeseeks from
Exactly,
Rick and
you
Morty.
can't-
Like
you
you
can't
have
be-
to be a real
You
person.
can't be an avatar. So these people spend like
It's their
hundreds upon
hobby.
hundreds. Okay,
People spend money on their hobbies.
Yeah, I love basketball, but you don't
so
see
do
me
I.
dribbling
You can't-
one
okay,
everywhere
so
I
you can't
go.
bitch about how capitalism has ruined your life when you spend $200 on making a fucking Santa suit. You know what I mean?
That, you know how much work they had to put in to get
That's
that
what I'm
sheet.
saying.
to get
Okay,
that
so
sheet
they
metal
should have
turned.
been working.
I
Instead of
like
putting
it.
that work into that, maybe
So
they
that
should have got
sheet
a
metal-
second fucking job to pay their rent.
On that installation
Instead of
sheet
saying that
metal.
landlords are fascists, maybe they should have fucking paid their rent.
I think you're generalizing
like
a lot of
that- which
cosplayers.
specific-
Okay, I am.
No,
I'm definitely.
no, he's not.
I
Is this a
am.
specific person who cosplay who was yelling about rent?
No, actually, no. There's no actual specific person here. This is a generalization of
Cause I'm about to
cosplay.
say, is that? Cause
I have
is
no
that
target
something-
here.
I
have
know
actually
cosplayers.
I know
To
some who are
me,
just
target
smelly,
Seem like happy people who are having fucking fun.
who don't
But they
take
always talk about how
showers.
depressed they are.
Cosplayers are 50-50 to me, cause like some of them cool.
Yeah,
but-
some
but
are
at the
cool,
other
but
hand,
then
there's
the
Some
like-
are
others
cringy.
Some of a lot
No,
of
I'm
them
not
are
saying
cringy.
that the people
A lot of
aren't
them are
cool or
cringy.
that their dedication isn't cool or whatever.
The ones who go from con to con. Like,
when
wait, number one, this is just what you do. You just
That's what
spend
exactly.
money.
That's what that's
Doing-
their
And
fucking
I'm,
hobby.
No, I'm not against you
Need to
doing
watch those
something that
people.
you like to do, right?
Oh no, those
that doesn't make you any less annoying
people
to me.
who just be at
Like,
all
there's-
the people that be at all those fucking cons are kind of weird.
People
though.
dress up as
I
fucking,
feel like when
yeah.
people are
as
just
fucking Master
regularly
Chief,
like they're
you're gonna put on a set of Spartan armor that you made
Like I spent
for like,
I'm
8
not even-
hours for
3 years.
you spent money. You spent like in total between the tickets and the gear, and the time. You spent like $1,000 to sweat for 8 hours.
Well, I don't think. I mean, the people who go out and buy it, that's one thing. But the people who like, look, I made this. This is 250 hours custom. Like that's the stuff you'd be like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but they're doing it for
That's a
attention.
little-
they're doing it for attention. I mean, a lot of everybody pretty much does everything for fucking attention.
That's really all it is.
They get laid.
They do some.
They lay each
especially
other.
the females.
Oh, okay, well that's
Definitely.
different. But the guy who's got like he's put $5,000 into a Master Chief costume. You need to watch.
might-
that
I don't
guy.
know
No,
if
he's
anybody's
getting
putting
laid.
that much money
I
into
don't
a
think so.
costume.
He's
But-
He might be.
he's betting
But, you know,
that
you
this
make a good point.
$5,000
You make a
suit
very good
will
point.
get him laid.
You make a- you
Stop.
make a
Okay,
terrific
jewel
point.
dropping.
Yeah, jewel
Good job,
dropping.
Bill.
That,
Oh
so,
shit!
I wanted to.
It's 12:02.
Oh shit!
Oh,
No, we missed it.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeet yeet yeet
Happy birthday
Hooray.
to you.
yeet yeet yeet.
Hooray!
Happy birthday, dear Dandy.
Woo!
Happy birthday to you.
Let's get a round of applause.
Let's take a shot.
I wish I had those things that go.
So,
that you throw
yeah,
around.
So I just
Thank you.
real quick, I just want to state that I'm a hater. All views expressed by AJ on any episodes for these past 3 years have been hateration, and that's the same thing with the cosplay. I'm just a hater. I wish I had the time
Hateration.
and money to do that. Honestly, I wish I had the time and money to not go to work and waste all
well,
my
how do
money.
you now? You just
No, it's a backhanded
they don't
compliment.
go. To,
What?
how do you know they don't go to work?
I have known people who have skipped work to go to MegaCon. That's
Like, what about the people
what is it?
who are like 40 something and they just love? They go to Disney every weekend. That freaks me out. It's like,
Yeah, no, the Disney. We've talked
Go-
about that. The
go
Disney
do
people-
something.
No, it's the same
That's
thing.
weird.
It's the same thing. It's the
Go
same
out
thing.
doing something. They go to Disney.
No,
No,
they are.
no,
It's the
like,
same
get
thing.
a-
Fuck your
where's
hobby
your
to me.
like? Yeah, oh,
You're
oh.
cool. I don't care. You don't have to
People-
be around.
Well, I feel like
me.
that's less
It's like the
creative,
people,
though.
like,
At least
I love Princess Jazz. Like they're just so like they go
but
every
at least
week.
there's
What
actually
about it?
some creative
You're
effort in the
weird.
cosplayers.
Well, yeah.
But
If
you
you're
are-
just
but they
going
are
to
still
Disney to
weird.
pay,
We just hang out. And Disney's expensive.
What if you're going
Yeah.
to Disney in your homemade Mickey Mouse costume?
I don't think they'll let you in.
Gay.
They're definitely not letting you in.
Bulletproof Mickey Mouse costume.
No, you gotta
They
go.
will not let you in. They won't even let you in the fucking parking
They
lot.
take-
He's like straight in the door. My Glocky.
You do that, they're taking
But
you
yeah,
underground
just
to the tunnels.
just so everybody knows, I am a hater. You know,
That's fine.
I'm not.
That's
you know, I don't
Look.
actually feel strongly about most of the things I talk about. I
A
just
little bit
I
of hate.
You just
ain't
like
that bad.
hating.
A little
I
bit
just
of
like
hate.
hating.
It's
I
okay.
love
Just like
I love being the.
Is that going to be
being
the title of this
adversary.
episode? I
I
just
just
I
like
just
hating.
like. Oh, here I go hating people again.
It's
You know what I'm saying? There's not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of hating because everybody do a little.
everybody
bit of
does, and if you
Everybody
say you
does.
don't, you're a fucking liar.
You're a hater at that point.
No, you're just lying. You're just
like
lying.
I saw
You're a
Brad.
liar.
I saw Brad with those fucking Samurai
hating
Jack
on his
shoes, and I'm
Samurai
like,
Jack
no,
shoes?
what the fuck?
I
is
still
this
haven't seen
motherfucker
the
doing?
shoes.
I
I
think
saw
it's
the
fun.
pictures. I
But then
didn't
I'm
hate
like-
the shoes.
samurai shoes.
I'm just like, he just having a good time.
He is. That's what I'm saying. That's
Just
why
living
I
life,
can't
like,
be
I'm
mad
not,
at it.
I'm not saying like if I met one of these cosplayers, I'd be like,
wouldn't
your
beat
life is
their
fucking
ass.
your life is fucking nothing. Like I would just think like, oh wow, you know.
I
like,
think it's fun. Whenever I
No,
go to
like, it's cool.
MegaCon
Like,
and I see the people in their
I'm just saying,
outfits,
fuck
it's
them. It's like when I see people
Fuck
traveling.
them.
You know, like it's like I'm
fuck you
I'm-
and your travels.
I'm jealous, but it's like, you know, like
But it's not like malicious. Like you don't
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
ill will. It's
Yeah, I
just
don't
like
wish anything
it's,
wrong
it's-
with
you
them.
fall
It's
down
like-
a fucking
it's
flight of
nothing wrong with
stairs.
it.
it's like fuck, man. You need to go to work. You know, like instead of working for free.
yeah, there's nothing
No, I
wrong with it
value
on
your
that
time.
I
side.
feel that. I felt that.
It's when you
multiple
start putting
times.
intention behind, like, yeah, fuck this motherfucker. Let's plot.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
start
Like,
plotting.
it's
on this
It's
shit.
like let's
Go
pepper
for it.
spray the inside of his
Who
Master
the
Chief
fuck do they
helmet.
think they are?
But
But yeah, it's just harmless hate. That's
you
all.
wanna
You're fine.
you
I
wanna
wanna
take
go
it out into your
downtown.
birthday? Oh well. You want
You-
to
you on
take
your own
it
on
out
that
into
one.
your birthday?
Oh yeah. Okay. So take care and brush your hair and wear clean underwear and be safe in all of your decisions or unsafe.
Allegedly.
Even if you go to Walmart.
But don't shoot people.
Even if you go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Don't.
They'll let
shoot
you in
most
with your
people.
Glocky.
Okay. Bye.
Christ.